Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Brian with Stark Chef, where you don't have to be a chef to cook like one. Today we're going to be making simple quesadillas with a very special guest. Let's go! Hey everybody, as mentioned, I am here with a very special guest, one of my daughters.
My name is Taylor.
And as mentioned earlier as well, we're going to be doing quesadillas. So we have a few of our ingredients today. We have our tortillas. One of the things we love is these carb balance, a little bit high in fiber, tortillas. We have our shredded cheddar. This is more in a hurry cheddar. I prefer block cheddar when I can grate it myself. It's a little bit healthier than this, but again, sometimes we're in a rush and we gotta do what we gotta do. And then lastly, we have some shredded chicken, which could be any rotisserie chicken, Costco, Ralph's, or wherever your local market is. And let's get going, here we go. You ready, Taylor? Taylor, if you could please take out a tortilla. And can you drop it in there, please? And could you please get out one more tortilla? Thank you, and we'll put him right here. Thank you very much. We're gonna turn on our heat. We'll go to medium heat. And we're just gonna warm our tortilla. And while we're doing that, we're gonna leave our other tortilla over here, and we are gonna measure out a 1/4 cup of cheese. One second. Hold on one sec, Taylor. We're going to measure out a 1/4 cup of cheese. I usually let this go about 1 minute. It's a perfect time just to warm it up. You don't want it to get crispy or anything like that because it will overcook. So just about a minute in here. While we're waiting, I'm going to get out the 1 cup of chicken. Perfect. All right. And we're going to flip this. You can use tongs. You can use anything you want. I do use my hand at this part. I just take it down and just flip it over a little bit. And now that side's warm. So we're going to have Taylor drop in our 1/4 cup of cheese carefully. You're good. Just a little bit lower. You're fine. Right in the middle. Dump it all. Perfection. And we're just going to spread this out evenly. Don't need to go over the edges too much. Keep it simple. Easy peasy. Nothing big. And then we're just going to give a nice fine chop to our 1/2 cup of chicken. Drop that in there. And another fine chop. Thank you, T. You're perfect at that. We'll drop this in here. Now we got our cup of chicken. You'll see the cheese start to melt a little bit after maybe 30 or 40 seconds. And then from there, we're just going to drop in our chicken. T, if you want, let's be careful, and we'll drop it right in the middle. A little bit lower. A little bit lower. You're not going to burn yourself, even though it's hot. Here, I'll help you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we'll drop that right there. And then we're just going to spread that out evenly. And I'm making a double. You could do this in half and just flip it over, but I'm doing it a double because I'm going to make this for my kids' dinner tonight, as well as their lunches tomorrow. And then from there, Taylor, what are we going to do? 1 more cup of 1/4 cup of cheese. And if you, my dear, could sprinkle that on top. Start in the middle. I usually do it right in the middle, and then we will spread it out. So now we'll just spread this guy out a little bit here, not too far over the edges. And then, what do we do with this guy, Taylor?
Put another tortilla.
Drop it right on top. Yep. We're just going to leave them down. You can press down for a minute. You're not going to burn yourself. You're not going to get too hot. And we're just going to leave it there for about a minute or 2. So we've been melting the cheese for about 3 minutes. If you come in, you'll kind of notice that the cheese has started to melt around there, which is great. Most people would use a spatula now. We want to get even crust. I'm going to do something a little bit different. So let's see if this works out, or we're just going to make a huge mess. So here we go. 1, 2, and there it is. And look at that crust. That's exactly what you want. And now we're going to melt the other side. Again, probably about another 2 or 3 minutes, and we're still sitting on a medium-high heat. Didn't really raise it or lower it yet. So we're gonna let this cook again for about 2 or 3 minutes, get that same crunch on this side, and then we'll take it off. So we've been letting this go for about 3 minutes, and we're just gonna let it slide right out of the pan. So here we go. Turn our heat off. And we're just gonna drop this guy out of our pan. You can obviously let it sit and let it cool down. For video-wise, we are not gonna do that. And we're just gonna go right down the middle. You hear that? Crunch. And then again. And now here you have a beautiful quesadilla.
And this is how we make our quesadillas.
Thank you, Taylor. One thing I want to reiterate, you don't have to use rotisserie chicken. You can use any type of chicken. You could use a ground turkey. You could use steak, carne asada. You obviously could use pepper jack cheese, Monterey Jack cheese. You could use a Mexican blend, or really anything you want. My kids are simple. They really like the cheddar cheese, and we usually have rotisserie chicken on hand as well for simple meals. I hope you love it. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you, Taylor, for helping us. You say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
I realize I never even got to try it. Delicious. Thank you, everybody.